All right, welcome back. My name's Trevon. I work with Century 21, Mike Bowman in the Grapevine, Texas area, but we serve the whole entire DFW Metroplex. Today in the video, I've been talking a little bit about where the deals are at, resale, new construction, what's your best bet. Well, today we're going to touch over 3 different locations, and I'm going to show you what the average is to buy and the average is to rent. You definitely want to keep in mind that this is a broad selection that I'm using to get the comps. So not all cases are you going to be paying $4,000 a month. Obviously, it's going to depend on your purchase price, but this is going to give you at least an idea if you're looking to move in these areas and you want to know, should I rent or should I buy in these areas, and how much it costs to rent or buy in these areas. 3 areas that we are going to touch over are going to be Dallas, Texas, of course, South Dallas in the Art District, and we're going to touch over Frisco, Texas as well. People are flooding to Collin counties, so this is one of the areas that we're seeing a lot of growth, new builds and resale market. And then the third, last but not least, of course, is going to be Denton, Texas. Denton definitely has a lot of activity, lots of movement there. Of course, some of the rent prices are going to correlate to college rent and lower rents. But I did make it specifically for single family homes. So there's not going to be condos or apartments. And I'm just going to plug them into a mortgage calculator and bring it up. So of course, things won't be exact. Things that will be, that you'll need to include in the monthly payment are going to be taxes. If you live in a place where there's an HOA, that is going to be also added into your rent depending on the situation. The first area we're going to talk about is going to be the South Dallas region, where we're specifically talking about the Art District, and this is a very, very popular area. And this is just so you can gauge a perspective on what it would possibly cost if you were trying to live in this area, home specifically within this neighborhood in the Art District. Average home being for sale for $632,000. All right, so we're up on the mortgage calculator. For this, we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to do the 20% down payment. You don't have to do 20%, just going to depend on how you want to attack your financing. All right, so with a 7% interest rate, to own a home in South Dallas, the Art District, you're looking at a monthly payment of $3,800, and that is with a 20% down payment with a 7% interest. Now we're going to go to the rent. Same thing, I just took the same area and took the homes that are for rent in that specific area. So to rent in South Dallas, as you can see here, the average price is going to be $3,230. So according to this, to own in the South Dallas region, it's about $500 more to own a home. All right, so next area we're going to touch over is another area where we're seeing a lot of activity, and that's going to be Frisco. So Frisco also has a lot of development that's coming as well. So definitely an interesting place to look for if you're not from this area and you're thinking about a great place to move to. So average price for the homes, specifically the neighborhoods I did, is going to be $1.2 million. Of course, you're going to find all in between that, up and down. It's just going to be depending on the specific area. All right, so we go to the mortgage calculator. Let's type in 1.2 million. And I feel like even someone at this purchase price probably wouldn't be getting a loan, but hey, for this instance, we'll just keep it up. So let's just say you were working with 1.2, you did 20% down, you had a 30-year loan, 7% interest rate. So you'd be working with a $7,200 monthly payment to own this home from the numbers that we've put in. So now that we're looking at the cost to rent in Frisco, the specific area, remember, the average is going to be $4,500. Next place is going to be Denton, Texas. So we have a lot of activity. Lots of people moving to Denton out of areas in the DFW Metroplex. This is one where you're definitely seeing a lot of people move towards new construction. I'm going to show you the difference between owning and renting in Denton. So if you're moving to Denton, keep an eye on this. All right, so as we look for the sales in Denton, the average home value that recently closed in Denton is going to be $505,000. Now, if we go to the mortgage calculator, we put in our numbers, 20% down, 7% interest rate. So home price $505 with the 30-year loan and 7% interest rate. You're looking at, and 20% down, you're looking at paying $3,000 a month. Give or take. Of course, this is not including PMI or HOA fees. PMI is only necessary if you are not going to put 20% down. And then as we keep going, we will look at the cost to rent in the same city. So for Denton, same area, the average to rent is $2,400. So in all of these examples currently, it is cheaper right now to rent than it is to buy in these specific areas. There's always avenues to get that price point lower. That's including a larger down payment, lower price point, obviously, getting a lower rate locked in. And there's other avenues as well, because you can get your seller to pay down the rate, or it's possible to also do a 2-to-1 buy down, but that's more of a lender discussion depending on your specific situation. And to illustrate, should you own, should you rent, what's your goal, how much does it cost on average in these 3 specific areas? And this should give you a gist. Of course, there are deals happening out there. If you looked at my last video, I show you the cost breakdown for a resale home versus a new construction home. Both will offer different incentives. In the last video, I wanted to show you how certain new builds are offering certain incentives like rate locks, and that's going to be very beneficial for someone that's a new homeowner or someone that's looking to avoid high rent payments. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. If you're out in the Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas regions, feel free to reach out if you need any assistance regarding real estate. Once again, my name is Trevon. I work with Century 21, Mike Bowman. And yeah, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. But until the next video, I'll catch you.